Well, after winning the game of football on Saturday, United are really slated to play another game of football on Wednesday, and we are taking on Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. So it looks like it's going to be another hard game of football for us because that has not been a very good side for us to go on and travel. But I've come ahead and really realized that the sides that have been going to Crystal Palace have not all been that well coached, because I believe ever since Alex Ferguson left, we never had a well coached team. That's it. Van Gaal tried, but the progress was not all that seen very well, like as Ten Hag has really gone ahead to put an impact at the club of Manchester United. So I believe we are really going to come out through and really to go through what we call the match preview, Crystal Palace versus Manchester United, a game that if we win it, we go straight into second. We go straight into second on Wednesday. We win it, we go straight into second. I don't know when City are really playing. Let me check. City, when are you playing? Man City, when is Man City playing its other game? Has it been drawn also to play against Man City? Where are you? Manchester City, what is your fixture? All right, Man City is playing on Thursday. That means we win on Wednesday. We obviously go into the second position with 51 points. That's it. And if at all City doesn't win against Tottenham Hotspur, because Tottenham has been really bad, yesterday they were beaten by Arsenal 2-0, meaning that they can find themselves into a losing position, and obviously United can maintain itself into the second position. So, welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where you're watching us from, I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Smash the subscription button by smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. So today, we've gone ahead to bring you what we call the match preview, and obviously let's go straight into this game of football. Now, United has the following players that are really doubtful. First and foremost, Anton Martial. He's expected either to return on the Crystal Palace game or not, so we shouldn't count on him a lot. Marcus Rashford, he has a minor knock that he got in the game of Arsenal, so he might show up in that game of Crystal Palace. Then Diego Dallo, hamstring injury. We don't know when his return is going to be. That's it. The other player is who is injured, Jadon Sancho. For him, he's just having a mental illness problem and is still undergoing his individual fitness program. And we don't know whether the manager is going to integrate him in the team training. But today, the photos that have been out, I've not seen there Sancho. Donny van de Beek out until the end of the season because he underwent a knee surgery. Tuanzebe trying to come back to find his fitness levels, and those are the players of United that are really unavailable. The rest of the players are 100% available, with even Weghorst, whom we expect United to register by the end of today and obviously appear onto the website of Manchester United, because even right now, amongst the players of Manchester United, Weghorst has not been included into that section of players of United. Now let's get into the predicted starting 11 of Manchester United, as we expect it to go on and really stand and play against a team known as Crystal Palace. I expect a system of 4-2-3-1. That has been a system that Ten Hag has gone ahead to use game in, game out, and I believe he's going to go ahead and really maintain it. I see no reason for him not maintaining it. That is a system of 4-2-3-1. He used it even against City. Against City used a 4-3-2, a 4-3-1-2. That's the system he used against City. This time around, I think we are going to go back to a 4-2-3-1 and do the needful to win this game of football, because we need to win it and get 9 out of... How many games have those been in the Premier League? Nottingham, Bournemouth, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Man City, and Crystal Palace. 15 out of possible 15 in the 5 games we played after the World Cup. That will be really a very good stretch. So it shows you how much it's really important. When you win your games of football, obviously, you find yourself even into a title race. So let's go to United. I think few changes are going to be made in that team that we played against Man City over the weekend. Reason being, the players have rested enough. If at all you play on Saturday and you rest on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days of rest are really great. It's not like we've played on Thursday, like how it really befell on us when we went away at Sociedad in Spain, played on Thursday and then rested for 2 days. Remember, you can't even count the other day because there is a jet lag. Obviously, they rested for one day and came in and played away at Aston Villa with the new manager. You know what happened? They beat us by 3-1. This time around, we've rested for some good days, and obviously, we're going to play the game of football. I think they're even going to be 4 days by the time the game kick starts off, because from the time the game ended at around 5:30 p.m., you count 5:30 p.m. Sunday, 1 day, 5:30 p.m. Monday, 2 days, 5:30 p.m. Tuesday, those are 3 days, 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. Wednesday, those are 4 days. And remember, the game is going to be played at 11 p.m. So I expect lots of rest from the players. Now I expect David De Gea to really stay in goal. His feet is not injured, and I believe he's going to stay in goal. For the right back position, obviously, Aaron Bissaka really put in a very good performance here against City, though he failed to mark the post very well, and it gave Jack Grealish a chance to hit that ball at the back of the net, obviously. But he really had a very good game. Even the goal we scored as an equalizer, he really had a very big hand in it. He was pressed by the players of Man City, so he really took them off and found a pass to Casemiro, and Casemiro really did that pass that found Rashford, and then Bruno hit that ball in the back of the net. So Aaron Bissaka had a very brilliant game, and I expect him to play as the right back for United in the game of Crystal Palace. Going back, I think, for the third time ever since he was sold to Manchester United from Crystal Palace. And it shows you how much Ten Hag is a coach that can improve players. When you compare the Aaron Bissaka that was playing for United under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era and the Bissaka playing under the Erik Ten Hag era, they are two different players. And you never know, he might even go ahead and really hit a ceiling that we expected he wouldn't even hit. That is Bissaka coming in for a club known as Manchester United. Then on the left back, I expect Luke Shaw to play as the left back of Manchester United. That's it. I expect him to play as the left back of Manchester United tomorrow. Though in the game of Man City, he played as a left central defender. That's it. This time around, I expect him to play as a left back for United because he offers us a lot when you're playing and going forward. Then in the central defense, this is one of the positions I believe the manager is going to make some changes. If I was to make a change, Rafael Varane, because he's one of the most important players we're going to be needing on Sunday as we play Arsenal, maybe the manager might not bring him on, but I believe Ten Hag believes in winning game after game. He doesn't believe in crossing the bridge before you reach it. So I believe if it's not Rafael Varane starting at the right back position of United as we play a team called Crystal Palace, Lindelof might come in through, but I believe Rafael Varane is going to come in through. Then on the left side of the central defense, I expect Lisandro Martinez to get another start of United. And his first Premier League start for United as ever since return from the World Cup, because it looks like he has been really lacking some sharpness, and the manager really doesn't see him as how he was when he went to the World Cup. So I believe he has a chance to go out and really start his game against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. And I believe he will really have a very good game because the manager will really trust him and give him this game to prepare him for the game of Arsenal. Because for the game of Arsenal, we are not going to be having any threat. Eddie Nketiah leading the line, he's not all that a threat. That's it. And I believe partnering Rafael Varane with Lisandro Martinez will be a perfect central defense partnership for that Arsenal striker known as Nketiah. I think the threat of Arsenal comes so much from Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, and Martinelli. Those are areas that Ten Hag might address to in that game of football. So I believe he's going to give him this game of football to see to it that he really prepares himself for the game of Arsenal, such that Luke Shaw retains his left back position and Malacia will be rested. Meaning that in the central defense, one player is going to be moved out, according to me. Malacia is going to be played off the bench. Then Luke Shaw is going to play as the left back for United. Lisandro Martinez, I expect him to come in through and really play the needful onto the left side of the central defense. We go to the midfield. There are lots of talks on Casemiro. He's having 4 yellow cards. If he gets a yellow card in the game of Crystal Palace, he's not in the game of Arsenal. And you know what it means we're not having Casemiro in the game of Arsenal, because Scott McTominay cannot really get it done. He can't really get it done. But I believe Ten Hag is the manager who really reckons with the match he's playing. I believe Casemiro is going to play a huge role into that game of football and is going to start. He's going to start against a side called Crystal Palace in the midfield. Alongside this man, I think Christian Eriksen is going to come ahead and really start again. Though in the game of City, he never really looked all that flourish as the Christian Eriksen we know. And obviously, you know what it happens when you're playing. When you're playing, and your side, where Eriksen is not having the lion's share of the possession, you understand it very well that he's not going to be productive. Reason being, for him, he's not a workaholic player. He doesn't run a lot. He doesn't engage himself in physical battles. His most work is all about getting that ball and not putting the foot wrong and really helping us build possession from the back. And I believe with the way you're going to play against Crystal Palace, I believe you're going to be having the lion's share of the possession. It's not going to be like the game of City, meaning that you need a player like Eriksen because every time you get that ball, you'll see yourself through the midfield. I think we won't be needing a double pivot that's going to be blocking as we did at City because City's midfield is really way strong. You can't tell me that the midfield of Crystal Palace is really going to stop Casemiro from really winning the midfield battle. I 100% believe we are going to win the midfield battle and Eriksen is going to be so much pivotal into this game of football against a side known as Crystal Palace. So after that, I think Bruno Fernandes comes in to play as a central attacking midfielder, scoring a goal and getting involved into the second goal by really playing that through pass to Garnacho. Garnacho runs down left, then he turns and twists Nathan Ake. He goes in for cutback that called for Marcus Rashford sliding in, and the ball went into the back of the net. That is a man known as Bruno Fernandes playing onto that side. On the right, that is a player known as Anthony Santos. I think he's going to start in the game of Man City. He came off the bench and played 45 minutes this time around. I think he's going to start onto that side. Reason being, the other one was a tactical masterclass by the manager because he knew how to stop a side owner by City. You can't play with Anthony because he needed those players that have a very huge work rate to get participated or involved in this game of football. Then, however much Rashford got a minor injury against Man City, if at all he managed to go ahead and really come on and play the entire 45 minutes ever since he got an injury, that means resting on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think those days are enough for him to really find himself back to his fitness levels to come and really play into this game of football. Remember, he's the most informed player alongside Casemiro in that squad of Manchester United, having scored 10. Having scored how many? I think the games we've played, ever since we returned from the World Cup, Rashford has scored in every game we've played. We've played 3 cup games, 1 in the FA, 2 in the Carabao Cup. In the Carabao Cup games, he has scored 3 goals. FA Cup has scored 1 goal. In the Premier League, we've played 4 games, and all of those games has gone ahead to score 1 goal, meaning that has taken his tally to 8 in the last 7 games we played. That is Marcus Rashford. You very much on form, and I believe the manager will like to have him into his team as we take on a team known as Crystal Palace. Guess who is leading the line? I believe if at all Anthony Martial is not fit, and even if he's fit, I think the manager won't really bring him into this battle because Crystal Palace is a more physical team. And if you plan to use him against Arsenal, as you saw to it that when he got out of the game of Man City, we lost shape. And Man City started to exploit us because of the services that Anthony Martial was giving us at the pinnacle of our attack. So that means this man is going to start. New signing, shirt number 27, Wout Weghorst, is leading the line for United, and I believe he's going to go on and really play a very fantastic role into the game of Manchester United. They're going to play against Crystal Palace. That is what is really going to come in through. But as that lineup really rolls down the corner, I believe most of you have fear in you that Crystal Palace is going to be a team that is going to come ahead and really beat us. But I believe they've been having a very poor form at home. For the previous 3 games they've played at home ever since we returned from the World Cup, they've lost them. Fulham beat them, Spurs beat them, and Aston Villa beat them. You get? Fulham beat them by 3-0. Bournemouth beat them by 2. Bournemouth beat them away. Southampton beat them home by 2 goals to 1. Then Tottenham beat them by 4 goals to 1, meaning that they lost against Fulham, Crystal Palace, and Southampton at home. And they've conceded 9 goals at home in their previous 3 games they've played consecutively. So this is going to be their 4th game ever since we returned from the World Cup, playing at home. And I believe we have an edge to really beat a side known as Crystal Palace. If at all Spurs, a team that is really crawling, came up and really beat them by 4 goals to 0, I believe we are going to go ahead and really beat them. Though they are going to make it hard for us, see to it that they really make the game hard and the game plan hard for us. But I believe Ten Hag has the ingredients and tactics to go ahead and really overcome a side known as Crystal Palace. When you look at yesterday, they played with Klein, Andersen, Guewichi, Michel, Dokore, Scalp, Ayew, Olise, Eze, and Wilfried Zaha. Obviously, Wilfried Zaha is one of those to watch. Eze and Jordan Ayew and Olise, those I really want to watch. But I believe this midfield battle of Dokore and Scalp is going to be won because you're having a midfield magnifico from Brazil known as Casemiro. And obviously, he has gone ahead to epitomize every midfield he has been playing in, and no one has really managed to really win a midfield battle over him ever since he came in at Manchester United. Meaning that I believe we are going to win, by the way, this game with a very high scoring score. People are not going to even believe it because I believe they are really in a very bad run. And United is really in a very, 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 very electric form. So I believe you're going to win this game by 2-0 or 3-0. I believe you're going to keep a clean sheet because the last time we played here, we are playing with Rafragnik and they beat us by 2 goals. I think it was by 1 goal to 0. That was the last game of Rafragnik. We played with the likes of Hannibal, Elanga. Did Amad Diallo play a part? Yeah, he did. So most of the senior players were not part of this game of football. And the last time we played with almost our second string side, remember, the first string side was preparing to play the final of the UEFA Europa League game. We won that game by 2 goals to 1. You get? Donny van Beek getting a penalty, scored by Juan Mata in the 90th minute. Then Anthony Elanga scored a goal courtesy of that very beautiful cross brought in by Daniel James, way then at Manchester United. And that was the last game of the season of 2020-2021 that saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer finish, was it second? Yeah, second in the Premier League. That is how everything really went down. But I believe we have all the players that are really going to go ahead and really win this game of football because we on form. We on form. And if at all we win this game of football, we would have gone ahead to stretch our winning form to 9 to 10 games unbeaten. That's it. 10 games unbeaten. Because ever since we returned from the World Cup, we've played 7 games, 4 Premier League games, and 1 FA Cup game, 2 Carabao Cup games. And before we left for the World Cup, we had won against Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup, and we had beat Fulham by 2 goals to 1. So those are 9 games unbeaten. We've not yet even gotten a draw. We've been getting 9. We've been getting maximum points, meaning that right now it's in our hands to really go ahead and really get a win at a side known as Crystal Palace. So guys, your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. Tell me what to think about a game that would be the Weghorst debut for United, as it's unexpected. He has been training for 2 days now. He trained yesterday, and even today is part of the United team training. And again, tomorrow is also going to take part into the last training. And tomorrow, we can't wait to see Erik ten Hag telling us who is available and who's not available. Players we're going to be looking at are Anton Martial, Marcus Rashford, and Jadon Sancho. If at all they really come in through and build with the needful of the game of football. But I expect a question of Casemiro, whether he's going to play him in the game of Crystal Palace. But I believe he's going to go ahead and really play him because he has nothing to do. Because even if you don't play him in the game of Crystal Palace, that doesn't mean you are going to win the game of Arsenal. Meaning that you have to first play him here because he's the most important player of the club. Play him here, win the game of football here. After winning it, obviously, you see yourself through to the next round. Not so? So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. I sign out for now. See you later. Your predictions are welcome in the comment section below. But I've gone with a 2-0 win for United or a 3-0 win for United. I believe it's going to be an easy game for us. However much they are really making it hard at their stadium because it's really kind of small, but I believe a win is ours. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. Bye bye.